19 ingredients in McDonald's French fries? Absolutely disgusting.
What's up, guys? Welcome to yet another video, and in today's video we're going to be discussing
what's hiding in your McDonald's French fries.
That's a very clickbaity title, so without further ado, I want to get after it. And if you guys watched the last YouTube video, I'm just trying to get myself sorted and situated, so I appreciate all feedback. I'm going to be trying to take all feedback and improve upon videos in the future, so thank you very much in advance for any feedback you guys leave in the comments section. Hopefully it runs smoother. Let me know what you think in the comments, and yeah, let's get after it.
19 ingredients in McDonald's French fries? Absolutely disgusting.
It's funny, I didn't know that the quantity of ingredients had a direct correlation with how it tasted. In that case, things like a Russian salad wouldn't taste very good now, would they? Or like a tabbouleh. That's kind of passing a judgment where not needed, isn't it?
So the fries should just be potatoes, salt, and oil. But nobody knows what's in this, so let's go to the website and find out.
People that made the website probably know what's in it. The people that have ever looked it up probably know what's in it, but maybe not the average consumer. So let's go see what's in it.
The potatoes are low quality and GMO.
All right, let's stop this right away. The potatoes are low quality and GMO. So I have an issue with that. First of all, it's created a whole problem of elitism around food. Not only that, but it's safe, and it's been an incredibly effective intervention in order to help feed millions of people who otherwise would not be able to gain access to foods due to terrible harvests for crops, various ineffective pesticides, and it's helped to increase the resilience of crops in general to help farmers create a larger yield and therefore help us get more access to fresh fruits, vegetables, and other foods. So like overall net benefit, but if you're curious, Dr. Mike actually put out a fantastic video on this. I'll link it down in the description below for you guys to check that out. It's also evidence-based. I highly recommend you guys go check that out. It's super informative and entertaining. Yeah, GMOs are not bad. You know what energy this gives off? This gives off like, you know those guys in the comment section when they see a girl driving a nice car and they go,
OnlyFans detected, opinion rejected.
So anyways, we're gonna go back to his argument. I'm not gonna talk about the person, but I'm just saying that kind of gives off small wee energy.
The vegetable oils are just a blend of terrible seed oils.
I feel like if you haven't seen my last video, I'm just gonna leave it right here on the screen so you guys can see all the PubMed IDs if you want to go look through them and have a nice peruse through all of the literature that shows why seed oils are actually health promoting.
Hydrogenated soybean oil is genetically modified and a trans fat.
Okay, so all this guy knows how to say is it's genetically modified, and he honestly just sounds like another Flav City guy that Bobby has hired. Not looking good, bruv.
Big man thing, yeah? It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
McDonald's fries used to be cooked in beef tallow. To cut costs, natural beef flavor.
In its conception, McDonald's did used to use beef tallow to make their world famous French fries. The reason why they stopped that has nothing to do with cutting costs, actually, but everything to do with the fact that there was a business mogul in it. I believe it was the 1960s. Anyways, I'll put it up right here on screen. In the 1960s, this guy had a heart attack and made it his life's freaking mission to bring down McDonald's because he thought that it was the cholesterol in the fries that led to his heart attack. This guy was putting up full page advertisements in the newspapers and doing everything he can. I think he spent somewhere like 10 to 15 million dollars just to put an end to McDonald's beef tallow use because they found out how unhealthy they were. So what did McDonald's do? It was in the 1990s at some point they changed the recipe to a second version 2.0 where they started using a vegetable oil. They used a vegetable oil that is hydrogenated, and we realized that it's not that much healthier than beef tallow. And the second version wasn't as popular with consumers because it was missing that flavor and that little bit of extra texture that the beef tallow gave. So what did they do? Made a third version of the McDonald's French fry, removing lots of trans fat, adding that natural beef flavor, and it's added with things like powdered beef stock. Like, you cook with that. They can use that for the fries as well. And they also add an anti-foaming agent, which I'm sure he'll bring up at some point. They use that to keep that same texture that they used to have before to create that world famous fry that's crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. Now you know.
Natural beef flavor. Look twice. To disappoint all the vegans out there, wheat and milk derivatives. So if you thought they were plant-based, you've been fooled.
The reason for that is actually so simple. It's just because they fry them twice. So they just have to show what they're adding each time that they're cooking them. That's why the ingredients occur 2 times. And yes, for all my vegans, I wouldn't classify them as vegan. I don't think you're being fooled. I don't think they ever told anyone that they were, but you know.
This is extremely important. They don't even show you all the ingredients because look, as starting ingredients. But luckily, I dove a little deeper and I found the real list of ingredients.
Let's pause the video here. How hard is it for me to find the real list of ingredients at McDonald's? McDonald's French fries ingredients. All right, that took me about 2 seconds.
Thanks to the legend Paul Saladino, we found the whole list right here.
Lol, thanks to the legend Paul Saladino.
But when I wrote the book, I was of the opinion that carbohydrates were not great for humans and was sort of looking at the literature differently. And carnivore diet of meat, organs, fat, and salt for a year and a half that, including carbohydrates in my diet, improved my health from there.
Now we know that this is definitely a biased take on his part.
Dimethylpolysiloxane, which is an anti-foaming agent.
So here's another fun fact about that foaming agent. The real reason why they add that in is so that there's no oil splatter when they're cooking them. So to protect the employees when they're putting it into very hot oil to cook them or fry them, it is that simple. And no, they're not trying to hide it. They tell you in the label.
Even the salt has 4 ingredients in it, including dextrose from GMO corn.
Also, I'd love to know how he knows where this dextrose came from specifically. He literally just made that up because dextrose can be derived from both corn or wheat, and you have no way of knowing because they didn't list it here. They don't need to list it because otherwise small changes like that will actually give their competitors an edge and a better understanding where they get their ingredients and how they're making their secret recipe. I mean, if all of these other restaurants wanted to create French fries like McDonald's and did start doing that, why else would people go to McDonald's? What would now be their competitive advantage? It's only fair business when it's like a small business or when it's their own business, but the moment it's like a big corporation like McDonald's, they're not allowed to make money. That doesn't sound like capitalism that they love, now does it?
You could never pay me to eat this chemical concoction.
You could never pay him to eat that concoction. Well, he did pay to buy it, so I mean, McDonald's still got the win on that one, I think.
Here's the solution.
Here's the solution, guys. This is the solution we've been waiting for. Get some organic potatoes.
Potatoes, sea salt. You can cook it in grass-fed beef tallow, and they taste way better than McDonald's French fries.
He missed a few steps. So first, wash your potatoes, peel your potatoes, cut your potatoes, dry your potatoes, add cornstarch to them so that they got that crispiness, because otherwise I don't give a how it tastes. If the crispiness is not right, I'm not having it. After we've cut and dried the potatoes, we're going to fry them in the beef tallow as you suggested. But first, before we do that, we have to actually get it up to temp, which will take at least around 10-15 minutes. We're gonna have oil splattering all over the kitchen in the meantime. I don't hate the player, hate the game. That's just the way you wanted it to be. When we add that in there, cool, we're gonna fry it, then we're gonna pull it out. Texture is very important for fries. We don't want those like garbage wedges that you know what it's like. Every time you've made fries at home, they've sucked. Unless you have a magic recipe of how you make your fries, and if you do, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to hear it. By this point, you've probably burnt a few, or you've probably injured yourself because of you burning oil. And yeah, they might taste fantastic, but now they've taken 30 to 40 minutes out of your life minimum. You've now got beef tallow that you've got to clean up, aka the oil that you cooked in, all for a few organic fries, which again, organic doesn't really carry much weight in your nutrition. We know that things being organic have shown time and time again in the literature to have marginal, if not negligible benefit to your health. So if you want to buy organic and if you want to do it the way that he did it, that is a-okay. I'm all for it. However, just know that there's not going to be a big impact to your health, especially if you're frying it in beef tallow still. The calories are going to be super similar. You're going to waste so much more time and you're not going to get the same like itch of the McDonald's French fry taste. I think it's important as social media creators that we need to look at people's socioeconomic status and understand that that is one of the biggest indicators of how people make food related decisions. For example, people that are lower middle class are not likely going to be eating out every single day, going to steakhouses, going to bakeries, etc. Why is that? Well, probably because they can't afford to do it every single day. Do they have a kitchen in which they can cook in that has good energy, that has running water, that has all of these different things? We have to look at time. How much time do people have? Education, right? How much education do people have around food, their knowledge on nutrition and healthy food options? How much time have they spent trying to learn that? I think it's super irresponsible for people to just assume that everyone has beef tallow, organic potatoes, and sea salt available to them at any given moment. So while yes, you could make fries in that manner, first of all, they wouldn't be any healthier. And second of all, it would take so much more of your time. So really, when we look at it as a net positive, negative, what is it? It's honestly a net negative to do it his way because you waste so much time, you waste so much money, and if you don't know what you're doing, you'll waste so many resources, and then you could end up with something that doesn't taste as good, that isn't as healthy, and you will likely eat more of them because you can now make more and you'll be like, oh, well, I might as well get the best bang for my buck and now I'm gonna eat more fries. Whereas this one is already portion controlled. So I can't believe that I'm saying this, but I think the better option is going to McDonald's. And now I'm not throwing any shade at McDonald's because I love it from time to time, but again, the These foods, French fries, like any other food, occur on a spectrum. There are no such thing as good or bad foods. However, there are foods that are more or less nutritious. I think any idiot on this earth would know that if they were to eat fries every single day for every single meal, not only would they not be able to, build the most amount of muscle if that was their goal, and they would more than likely not feel so great, feel probably pretty sluggish from the high amount of sodium, overall have a negative impact on their health. You can eat foods like this in moderation. In fact, I want to give a special shout out to Nicole, who actually did 30 days of eating McDonald's every single day, and she showed improvements in her blood work from before and after. And while that is anecdote, and she did have to make many different changes accommodating for that McDonald's, it just goes to show you can eat these foods in moderation every single day if you wanted to. And again, she admitted herself that it was harder, but you can make these changes and still make them fit in a healthy lifestyle. Don't fear any foods. Everything occurs on a spectrum. As long as you try to eat as many whole foods as you can that will nourish your body and still make room for fun foods that you enjoy, that is going to be the best way that you can stick to your diet. The best diet for you is the one that you can adhere to forever. If you guys like that video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you are new. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. By the way, if you haven't already checked out my high protein cookbook, I would love it if you could go support. It means the world to me, and that's how I can have the time to make more videos like this. Hope you guys have a great day. See you later.